Hey guys, it's Coach MB here. Hey, today I want to share with you 5 things you can do to overcome limiting beliefs if you find that you have them, and we all kind of have them. You may have seen an earlier video that I did that was 6 steps to know if you have them, or 6 signs that you have them. But I wanted to give you something today that says, yeah, I got them, but now tell me what to do to get rid of them. So I thought I would just walk you through the 5 steps, A, B, C, D, E, will get you through. And I want to share with you what the 5 steps are to help you overcome limiting beliefs that may be holding you back. So the step number 1 is A for adversity. And what I want you to do is take out just a blank sheet of paper and just simply write down, what is the challenge that I'm facing? What is the situation? What is where am I finding that I'm just getting stuck, right? Now, the adversity can be a negative thing, meaning I just feel completely stuck and held back. Or it could be a positive thing that says, I'm really wanting to go do something. I'm wanting to go after something, attempt something, grow in some way. But I have these fears and beliefs that are holding me back from doing something really positive. So just describe on a piece of paper, what is the adversity that you're facing? What's the situation? Step number 2 is B for belief. Now I want you in this step to think about, well, what belief must I have to support this adversity? So brainstorm, just write down as many as you can, brainstorm. What are the beliefs that are contributing to this situation, right? For example, if you are wanting to overcome a health goal, maybe a weight loss goal, is there a belief in there that says, well, I'm big boned? I've used that one myself, just so you know. My family, we're all overweight. I can't succeed in weight loss. I'm not disciplined enough. I can't stick to a diet, right? I never finish what I start. Whatever the beliefs are, just jot them all down. What must I believe to be true in order to be sitting in this adversity? Identified step number 1. Maybe you have a goal that you want to go give a public speech and you have a lot of anxiety around that. Well, maybe there's a belief that says, I can't, I'm too shy. Maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you want to attempt to learn something new. And there's a belief that says, I'm not a good student. I'm not a good learner. I have a hard time finishing what I start. Whatever the beliefs are for you, what must be true for this situation to exist at all? Okay, so I want you to write down step number 2, beliefs. What must I believe to be true in order to be facing this adversity? Step number 3 is consequences. I want you to take that limiting belief and I want you to imagine the price you're paying for it, because you are paying a price for it. And it is probably far more than you would be willing to pay if you were really aware of it. So I want you to write down what truly are the consequences. C for consequences. Think of the belief, think about how it's held you back in the past, what it's prevented you from doing, having, being, giving, sharing, experiencing. What has that belief actually cost you in the past? And then I want you to think about the price you will pay in the future should you choose to keep it, right? And in the video, we talked about monsters in the closet. Limiting beliefs left unchecked tend to get bigger and uglier with time. And so when you consider the goals that you have, and specifically the goals of the challenge and adversity in step 1, if you continue to carry and hold this belief to be true, well, what's your future gonna look like? So let's use the health goal again, just because it's an easy one. If you do nothing and this belief continues to rule, 5 years from now, how fit are you? How fat are you? How healthy are you? How unhealthy are you? What are you able to do and not able to do anymore? And so really think about the consequences that if I do not make a change in the area that I would like to, and nothing is different in this belief and it's owned me still, what is the true price that I will pay? And write that down. Those are your consequences. Now, what I would like for you to do is also to think there's a short-term payment and then there's a long-term payment. Guys, have you ever looked like at your mortgage statement that says at the end of 30 years, this is what it really cost you with interest and all that sort of thing? It's terrifying. I want you to do the same. I want you to look at the full amortized price you're going to pay for this belief. Should you carry it for 30, 40, 50 years? You decide. Now, step number 4 is dispute. Let's dispute it. Now, here's what we do in this area. We think about the belief and we say, is it really true? Is it always true? And we start to find evidence that pokes holes in the belief. Once the unconscious mind has new evidence, it can let go of the belief entirely. So for example, let's go back to the example of I can't lose weight or I'm big boned. Is that always true? Was it always true? Was there never a time when you were at a healthy weight or a place that you felt good about yourself and your body? Look at old pictures of yourself, right? You might go, wow, I had the same belief then, and now I'm looking at evidence. That ever happened to you? Where you think, there was a time in my life when I still had the belief, but the reality was very, very different. Look for evidence to support that your belief is simply untrue. And that even if it is subjectively true or objectively true, there was a time when it may not have been. And so think about this idea. Also, let's pretend again that maybe it's the I'm shy. I really want to give this talk, but I'm shy. I'm afraid to talk in front of people. Is that always true? Are you confident in certain circumstances where maybe you're just comfortable, but you've done it? Same with being with student, being a student we talked about in the earlier example. This one actually had myself, I will be transparent with you. When I started years ago to take a very different path, and it was all about learning, and you could imagine that learning, neuroscience and quantum linguistics, and I had beliefs around being a student and finishing what I started, and it came from when I was very young. I was not a great student, and when I disputed it and I said, well, geez, what have I learned? It literally like unraveled the belief for me, and I was able to go on and feel confident in my abilities to learn and study and finish and grow. And so dispute is a critical step where we take a belief that we picked up somewhere, true or untrue, but we picked it up and we put it on like it was absolutely like our suit of armor. Evidence is the way to get out of it. So find evidence that to the contrary. And the last step is empower. Empower. And in the empower stage, what I want you to do is to look at the evidence that you've created, and I want you to then create a new story. Write a new story. Write a new belief that is empowering, not disempowering. The very same way we did step number 2. But this time, I want you to flip it around. I'll give you an example. A number of years ago, I did a full day workshop at a high school where we went through a program called Quantum Leap, and we took high school students through a path of discovery, their own personal discovery. It was really powerful. And in that class, I took the students through limiting beliefs, and I had them go through this very exercise. And then in the end, I would ask the students, whoever chose to share, to come up and share what the old belief was and reframe it to what the new belief is through the process. And there was one girl, I'll never forget her. She sat in the back. She really didn't engage through the class, and I wasn't really sure, to be honest, how much she was even paying attention. But she was there. And at the end, where we got to the energized stage, I asked for anyone who was willing to share. Now that's brave. Think about high school, right? Like, talk about being brave. She got up and she stood in front of the class, and she had her paper. It still like chokes me up to think about it, to be honest with you. She took her paper and she wrote, her initial belief was, I'm not smart. Oh my God. Can you imagine the damage that belief could have done to her life over 30 or 40 or 50 years? I'm not smart. Could you imagine the damage and the path that could have taken her down as she's just getting ready to leave high school and enter the next chapter? A belief of I'm not smart. And so the way I had them frame it was, in the past, I believed. And she shared it. And then after the work was done, the reframe was, but the truth is. But the truth is. And her truth was, when it comes to something I am interested in, I am very, very smart. Oh my God. And then they took their paper and they ripped it up in a ball, like they threw it up in a ball, and then they threw it in the garbage and everybody cheered. And the look on this girl's face was magic. I mean, I will never, it still moves me to tears, and it's been like 5 years. And so in the past, you believed something, but the truth is what? You get to decide now. Hope this was helpful. If you'd like a downloadable version of this process, feel free to hop over to the website, mileonecoaching.com, and you can download a free workbook to help you walk through it. Guys, you deserve to be free of these limiting beliefs, these monsters in your closet. They are holding you back, and they're simply not true. So again, adversity, what's the situation? B for beliefs. What must be true for you to have this situation be created in the first place? 3 consequences. That one's going to hurt. Lean into it. What is the price you're going to pay? You are going to pay a price. In fact, you already are. D, dispute it. Where's the evidence that that is simply not true or hasn't been true all the time fully? Maybe it's true in some instance, but that doesn't make it true for everything. Find the evidence to dispute it. 5, energize and empower. What is the new belief? But the truth is. Reframe it. Great job, you guys. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Feel free to let me know how I can support you. I appreciate you listening. Take care.